Good evening and welcome once again to the Whiskey Cowboy Live. Tonight's date is November 29th, 2023. It is a Wednesday. I thank everyone for joining the show. Waiting for folks to come on in. Oh, restore chat. Here we go. Let's get the chat up and running. Chat up and running. Pop out. There we go. Laurel's joined the show. She says, good evening. Good evening, Laurel. Good evening. Yes. It is a balmy 24 degrees in the state of New Hampshire. Now, I'm sure there's places in New Hampshire that are colder than that, but where I am, it's a balmy 24 degrees. I hope everyone is keeping warm. The chickens are doing fine. I went out and checked them already, and they're snuggled in for the night. They still don't sleep. They still don't sleep inside the coop. They sleep outside on their favorite roosting bench. But they do spend a lot of time in the coop. I went out there earlier today, and I'm like, hey, where the hell's the chickens? I was quiet. Oh, looked in. It's like, oh, they're inside the coop. And as soon as they heard me, they come running out. Hey, what you doing? Hey, what you doing? So they're all having a good time inside the coop. How's the sound, Laurel? Everything coming out okay? Fingers crossed. Got no error messages, no drop frames. Excellent connection coming from YouTube, or they're saying excellent connection. Everything seems to be going smooth. She says, sounds good, looks good, fantastic. Can't trust the current viewer rate because it says I got nobody viewing, and I know damn well I do. I know that I do. I do. Scooby-Doo. Trim the beard up again a little bit more today. Each time I think I'm going to let it grow out, I go, okay, and I just take a little bit more off until it gets back to my normal length. So, got more folks coming in. Hello, folks. Go ahead and type up and say hello. Let us know that you are with us and join the conversation. Got to remind folks, after the show, comment underneath the show. The people that come and join the show, they tend to just type in the chat area, and that doesn't stay. The algorithms want to see the actual underneath the video, so make sure that you like the video, share the video, subscribe to my channel. Also, hey, the Whiskey Cowboy Life, make sure you go on over there and you subscribe to that one as well. Got some more videos coming. Got some news about that. Yeah, comment underneath the show. It's in the comment section. When you're typing in the show and I'm interacting with you, that's not the comment section. It's got to be underneath the show. YouTube likes those comments. Comments. You know, am I going to have to put the show off later or start it earlier? Because people don't seem to be able to get here on time. Oh. Tonight's coffee, chocolate raspberry. From the from New England brand. Chocolate raspberry from New England brand. Donna's joined the show. She says, evening, everyone. Good evening, Donna. Yeah, my nose, the fan is not on. The fan is not on, and my nose starts itching. The missus says I might be allergic to the show. I don't know. because it started itching downstairs before I came up to the studio. Laurel says, hi, Donna. Yeah, I've got some news about the Whiskey Cowboy life and the content there. Man, this guy knows what the hell. You got some more Dulcimer videos coming up, and that's with the classic. Then you know that I've got the Stephen Seifert, the Seifert model from McCafferty Dulcimers. It's in the works. We went and we fine-tuned everything out, and we went over the specs on the last show. Donna says, I hope all is well with everyone. Yes, it should be. I hope so. And got me thinking about things. It's like, okay, I need the signal chain. Okay, for you folks that are unfamiliar. When you're running an electric guitar, it applies to other things, The Dulcimer is going to apply the same way. The signal chain is from your source, so the guitar itself, to its final destination, be it your laptop, be it your mixing board, be it your amp, whatever, your final destination, your PA system. Donna says she'll jump on type. She doesn't want to type. That's fine. So the signal chain would be normally guitar, pedal, if you're running a pedal. If not, guitar, amp, or guitar, PA system. If you're running pedals, it'd be guitar, pedals, and then there's a signal chain in pedals. So if you've got several different types of pedals, it's what order they are, and you've got pass-throughs, so you don't have to have everything on your signal chain. You don't have to have everything there. And then the amp. So I'm like, okay, well, the Dulcimer has a magnetic, standard, like it's a humbucker, standard that you'd put in an electric guitar. And it's got piezos, which is what you would find in an acoustic guitar. I've got them in my Taylor. They're positioned different. In the Dulcimer, they're going to be positioned directly underneath the strings. In the Taylor, they're positioned on the bridge, just behind the strings. But they're still there. And then we have the 13-pin out for the MIDI processor. So I'm like, okay, I want to make sure that I have everything right. Now, I haven't run my Taylor, even though it's an acoustic with electric pickups. I don't run it through an amp. And that's because I only had an electric guitar amp. It's like, well, John, can't you run an acoustic guitar into an electric guitar amp? It's like, yes, you can. Yes, you can. However, if it's not special, you can get it. If it's not special, if it's just standard, you're going to be missing frequencies. The electric guitar amps are narrower in their bands, in their frequencies. So when you run your acoustic guitar into your amp, into your electric guitar amp, you're missing some of the richness and the range that your guitar is putting out there. It works great with an electric guitar, but it's not going to sound as good, which is why most people who run an acoustic with electric pickups, they run, it's an acoustic guitar amp. It's specifically, it's more like a PA system, but shrunk down, and you can sing into it because it picks up all the frequencies of the human voice. And it picks up the full range that the acoustic guitar is giving out there. I could not justify getting in an acoustic guitar amp. until I put in my order for the new dulcimer. So I'm like, oh, because I don't want to run that into the. I don't think it's going to sound as good since it has the piezos on there. I don't think that it's going to sound as good. But I gotta bounce this off. People, I need to know the chain. I need to know the signal chain, and whether or not I want to run it into a dedicated acoustic amp. So, I contacted Mr. Seifert, Stephen Seifert, the guy that worked with Terry McCafferty to design the Seifert model acoustic electric dulcimer with a full suite. Go to the source, right? Go to the guy who worked with the master to get it all worked in. So I contacted Stephen, and he gave me a call. And I was right. I pretty much figured it out. Okay, his setup is vastly more complicated than I need. Well, because he teaches, he tours, he's a professional dulcimer musician. I'm not. I'm just doing for my own enjoyment and for yours. So I still haven't got a message in from Zoom from Donna. She said she's going to try to jump on, but I've got nobody waiting in the waiting room. Let's see here. Yeah, the waiting room's up. Okay, so I talked to Steven and stuff like that, and it was funny in our conversation. He'd stopped me part of the way through, and he goes, "Oh, I got to tell you something." I'm like, okay. He goes, "You sound like and he mentioned this guy's name. It's just a radio personality in there." And I just had to laugh. I'm like, yeah, I get that. I said I got a voice for radio and a face for radio. Oh man, my nose. So then I went briefly over who I was. And he's like, "Oh, I was wondering about that, because I have a moniker. I signed on myself, John, the Whiskey Cowboy." And of course, that's my. Oh, you had to install it. Okay, Donna had to install Zoom. So yeah, so I told him roughly what I did, and it's like we didn't get into politics or anything like that, but it's like, yeah, I got two YouTube channels. One is just for politics and my live stream, and the other one is the Whiskey Cowboy Live. I got my YouTube, or I got my Facebook stuff. I've got stuff on different social media platforms, and they're different types of content depending upon the platform. And if there's any doubt, just Google the Whiskey Cowboy, and I'm the only one that comes up, because there is only one in the world. So I just thought that was funny when he said, "Yeah, it's good." you sound like a radio personality. I was like, yeah, I get it, yeah. So you go, "Oh, gee, I guess that's the way John sounds." Yeah, that's the way I sound. You can ask Gus and Sally. Yeah, that's the way John sounds. I don't have my my talking voice and then my radio announcer voice. It's like, no, it's just me. So I just thought that was funny. So that said, I'm not getting the MIDI interface yet. But I had to get some new cables, because I got a cable distance issue, sound latency and stuff. My cables are all set up for my electric guitar without pedals except for the looper. Oh. But I'm getting the new amp for the acoustic guitar is a dual channel, so I can just run two things in it. I can run MIDI into one, the other, and the other signals into the other. I can run a mic, so I could talk or sing, and then the instrument into it. 3-way equalizer for both channels. Reverb on both channels. So I didn't right now need to get a reverb, but what I did want is I did want a chorus pedal. I was like, okay, because I'm not going to use chorus and reverb at the same time. So it's like, okay, I'll just get a chorus pedal. So I get my looper, my chorus, reverb on the amp itself, and call it a day. So that should be coming in, damn it, anytime now. That was ordered the other day. So I don't know, a day, 2, by next week at the earliest. So I will be able to do my acoustic guitar with acoustic, just like I did on the other videos. And I can do it electric as well, which of course is not going to sound electric, but it's whatever, it's amped. So it gives me greater flexibility in what I can do and provide for folks. And I'll be just moving that system up and down. You know, if it's for the show or recording, not for the show. It won't be for the show. Because if I'm going to record a video, I'll bring it up to the studio, record it, and bring it back downstairs and play it in the living room where I do most of my playing. Is everybody still there? There's nobody was commenting. I'm just kind of wasting time here while folks are coming in. I'm getting the Fender Acoustomatic 40 watt. 15 didn't give me what I needed, and I didn't need it any more than 40. I didn't need the 90 or 100 or 200. Or the other ones are nice. No, and Fishman makes a nice one, but Fishman's like twice the price is what I'm paying for this. And it's like, yeah, I don't need the Fishman Loud Box Mini. I think it's called. And this is funny, they call it a Mini. It's not Mini, but yeah, I like that one. I like that one. Fender also makes another one that I like. So it's Fishman and Fender were the winners, and Fender got it. But they have a special gig in one's called the Junior or something like that. Acoustomatic Junior or some crap. I don't know. I think it's like 150 watt. I don't know. And then they just have the regular 90, 100, 200. Like I said, I didn't need that. Hell, my electric amp is 25. But because signals and stuff like that, it's loud. It's the wattage that's coming out and the sound for an acoustic versus an electric are different. Laurel says, I listen. I understand some of what you're saying about the amp stuff. Okay. Good. So yeah, my acoustic amp is going to have more watts than my electric, but I don't know whether it's necessarily going to be louder. Oh, and this one has 2 channels, 2 speakers. My other one just has 1 speaker. Yeah, I think the other one, I got an 8-inch. I think I got an 8-inch in my electric, and this one's going to have 2 6.5s. Yeah, I can bring up a picture of it probably. See if I can. Acoustasonic 40. Let's get back out of here. I just want a picture. That's not a good picture. Plus, it'll look good in the studio. Not that matters, but hey, I like things to look nice. Let's go here. All right. There we go. That's what it looks like. So you have two channels with two separate interfaces. And also where it plugs in is both a 1/4-inch jack and a standard 3-pin mic. Judy's joined the show. She says, howdy, y'all. Howdy, Judy. So, yeah, that's the... see if they got a better picture of there. That's a better picture. It's a darker picture. It's not helping out much. That's not very big. Or whatever. You get the idea. So that will be coming in the next whenever. It's on its way. So getting quite the setup. So that's good. Good deal. Figure if you're going to do it, like I said, if you're going to do it right. I would have liked a higher end model, a little bit more power, but I don't need it. I don't need it. I could not justify paying twice as much for what I would consider not twice as much goodness. So that's where we're going, and it will be more than adequate. You know, if somebody else wants to throw me a different one, then hey, the shipping address is in the description of the show. Yeah. Well, then I'd keep one upstairs and one downstairs, but no. I'm fine with that. So, what else has been happening here? New York City. 2,500 officers have quit this year. Got the racially motivated knife attack in France. I posted up about that. Little town in France is trying to soothe the souls of the feelings of the folks there. They're kind of pissed off because they've got an immigration problem is what they got, which has increased crime rates. And now they're trying to make it seem like if you speak out against it and you don't like this shit, you're the far right and the extreme right. And it's like, no, it doesn't work like that. Yeah, it's very sad. A lot of things are sad. I don't know what you're saying sad about, whether it's the officers or the stabbing in France. Have the little boy being accused of racism and blackface because he went to a Kansas City Chiefs game showing his support of the team. You know, racism is so hard to find naturally now on any sort of scale. You've got to make shit up. You got to make shit up. It's you do the internet here. Here we go. There's a little boy. And that's what he looked like from the front. Yeah, that's really racist. Come to find out, his grandfather is a council member on one of the Native American tribes. So it's like, yeah, it's not really racist against Native Americans there. That's showing his pride for the team. And this whole, the team's name is racist. What, the Chiefs is racist? Same way as the Braves, they're racist? Bullshit. Same way as Apache helicopters and Comanche and all those other ones. They're not racist. It's homage. It's homage. Homage. It's not bigotry and racism. It is reverence. So stop it. Stop it. Now, what else do we got going on here? Oh, the Chinese biolab. Oh yeah, they're getting him. The guy running it, the guy that was running the lab, they've just charged him a year later, and they're just charging him with basically fraud, lying about the pregnancy kits and stuff because they were fake and they didn't work. Judy says, I always thought those names made them sound badass in a good way. Right, because you don't have like you have the eagles and the buffaloes and the rams. You don't have the earthworms and the doves, and you choose names that are meant to inspire and instill fear into your enemies, your opponents, you know. It's like the Oilers. What the fuck? Oilers? No, I get the Red Sox, too. Then the White Sox, whatever. But Yankees? See, Yankees. Oh, how horrible that they're Yankees. The Patriots? Oh, my God, how dare they? How dare they? No, but you got the Vikings and the Eagles and the Bears. And it's coming, come on. Green Bay Packers. Now there's... we'll leave that one alone. We'll leave that one alone. But yeah, these names, none of them pick names to be condescending. It's not the freaking New Orleans Fruit Loops. The Nebraska featherweights, the Omaha earthworms. It doesn't work like that. No. But they got to see. They've got to see it. Yeah, you're in there, Donna. It says, little pig, let me in. I've already let you in. You're sitting there. I see you in the room. Well, I see your name. I don't see there's no. Folks can look at it. You're looking at, there it is, right there it is. See? Right over there, folks. You see this? See, I'm the logo at the bottom. You see it up there? It says Donna. Donna. So you're in there. I don't know. There's no avatar for you, but you're in there. It's like, oh, you sound like a radio personality. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you very much. It was funny talking to him. I've watched his videos, and he's kind of flighty in his videos. He is. That's him. That's Steven. He got on the phone, started talking. It's like, yeah, just like your videos. Yeah, it was funny. But yeah, I pretty much had figured out what the signal chain was. So we's good. Didn't have to twist any arms to get the stuff I needed. So I got a pedal coming. I just use mini pedals because I'm not a professional gigger. So I got a mini chorus pedal coming. Like I said, the reverb's already on the amp. So for the standard stuff, both the magnetic pickup and the piezos, they'll be running through a standard quarter inch jack into my looper, chorus, and then from there into channel 1. Yeah, if I want to run a mic, I'll run the mic, voice mic, not audio mic for, I'll run that into channel 2. And then from there, I put the mic down by the amp, by the speaker. And then that goes into the computer. Well, that goes into the soundboard. The camera signal also goes into the computer. Excuse me. So all the audio, the amps go into the soundboard. Soundboard goes in the computer. Camera goes in the computer. Then I mix them real time. So, if that made sense, man, I'm tired. I don't know about everybody else, but I have been hit by the tired bug lately. And again, let's see if it should be 24 degrees out there, I think. Yeah, it says still 24. 24. A little brisk this time of year. Not too bad as long as the wind's not blowing, but brisk. What's the temperatures like where all you folks are at? Donna's still quiet. Donna, I see your name in the Zoom room. What's the temperatures like where all you? Okay, Donna.
65 here today.
65. I hear you. Now you're going to have to turn off whatever's causing my vocal loop.
See your name in the Zoom. I know it, but I can't freaking get there.
Okay, Donna.
65.
See, we got a loop going on here.
All right.
Judy says it's 53 right now. Yeah, 53 would be good. Eskimo says 44. Hey, Eskimo, welcome back to the show. Eskimo's from Germany, right? Should be just outside of Frankfurt. Laurel says it feels like midnight. The show. I don't like dark this early. It was 20-something this morning, 50 this afternoon, at 37 now. Eskimo here. That's right. Hey, I'm still getting looped, Donna.
Laurel says it feels like midnight. I don't like dark this early.
Don't make me mute you, Donna. Oh, Turkey. Oh, you were from Turkey. I knew we had somebody from Turkey.
Why can I not hear you?
I can hear you. Can you all hear? Can you, let me see here. There should be more here. Let's go. It should be system sounds. No, everything looks good. Oh, White Boy. Wasn't White Boy from White Boy? Yeah, you're right. Eskimo was from Turkey. White Boy was from outside of Frankfurt. But he was of his family, and him was of Turkish descent as well. Yeah, everything should be working fine. My mic is going out there. I have system settings going into the Zoom meeting. Let's see here. Let's try to go here. Yeah, line in Behringer. You should get my... Yep. You should get my voice. Donna says, about to scrap Zoom for tonight. I can't hear you. Well, you should be able to hear me because I'm getting a loop feedback. I'm hearing my voice through your Zoom mic.
Donna says, about to scrap Zoom for tonight. I can't hear you. Well,
Now, y'all hear that loop too? See, Donna just left the room. Did y'all hear that loop? So if I can hear me on Donna's, then she should have been able to hear me. Right. Eskimo says he hears Cowboy twice. Right. That was a loop. That was me talking on here, going out to the Zoom room, and then Donna picking it up and rebroadcasting it back to the Zoom room, which we can hear. And that's where you're getting that echo. Yeah. Something screwed up on Donna's end. That's okay. She was being Gus. Gus is like, I got to get to the Zoom room so I don't have to type anymore. 44 degrees in Turkey. Yeah, it's pretty warm. I like that. 44. I think we get up in the 40s here in the daytime now. But like now, yeah, 25. Go out in the morning, we chop up the ice in the gal's water dish. We don't do the water feeder in the wintertime because it'll just get all iced up and break. You go with just a tub. Donna says, I upgraded my Mint and forgot to reinstall Zoom. Yeah, you'll get it figured out. You'll get it figured out. Yeah, this dark by 4:20. That's wow, I don't remember it getting this dark so early. I guess it does every year, but this year for some reason just seems like it's really. Eskimo says it's usually around 35 here. It's a little higher today. Yeah, 35's okay. 32's freezing. Water freezes at 32. 0 degrees Celsius. Here in the States, we don't use Celsius. It's 32. 32 degrees. That's freezing. 0, when it's 0, it's really fucking cold. And it gets 0 and below. But, yeah. Yeah, so got some goodies for you folks coming up. And those folks that follow me over on the Whiskey Cowboy Life. It's where all the stuff will go. Of course, I'll repost it on Facebook. Not so much wind. I don't mind the cold as long as it's not too windy. But everyone knows it's windy. That's another song there. That was one of my drawbacks. I was thinking, okay, Wyoming. Let's go out to Wyoming. It's like, no, too damn windy. Too windy. Montana. It's windy there too, but not quite like Wyoming. So, Eskimo, you got snow on the ground? We had some. Now it's gone. I don't think anybody else in the room has snow. Laura's laughing. See, the delay, I have no idea what people are laughing at. Eskimo says, nope, it snowed a few days ago, but wasn't strong. Yeah, Yeah, we had a 1 to 4 inches, depending. And it turned to rain and slush, and then it was gone. And about 2 days, it was all gone. I might have maybe just a smattering of snow in the shade someplace, but yeah, it's gone. That's fine by me. Mid-December is when I want my first good storm, and I want about 8 inches to a foot. And then that's good. Then we're good. Just enough to blanket the ground, make it look pretty for Christmas. Christmas shouldn't be a big holiday over there in Turkey, though. Laurel says it's windy. Oh, yeah. Yeah, everything's a song. Yeah, Christmas isn't a big holiday over there in Turkey, is it, Eskimo? Said, yeah, it's not a holiday at all. Yeah. As you probably know, here in the West, it's both a religious and a secular holiday. They're kind of it's a blend. It's a blend. So you get people of really all faiths that celebrate it. Because, I mean, you can be Muslim, you can be Jewish, it doesn't matter. You can still celebrate Christmas, the secular part of it. But the Jews, they got their own special thing during that time. Yeah, it's a good holiday. Over-commercialized. Way over-commercialized now. So for celebrations, for meanings, Christmas for us Christians has of course we believe in Jesus Christ. So it's a special holiday for us. We know he wasn't born in December. Jesus was born in the spring. But whatever, there's long history why it's celebrated in December. But Thanksgiving, we say thanks, aside from the religious aspects of Christmas, our favorite holiday is Thanksgiving. And you guys don't celebrate Thanksgiving in Turkey. More countries need to adopt Thanksgiving. I think does Canada? I think Canada celebrates Thanksgiving now, don't they? Isn't it like a week off? Isn't it a week difference? Let's see here. Oh, Canada. It's not November, it's in October. October 14th this year was Canadian Thanksgiving. Ours is in November. They celebrate it the second Monday of October. But yeah, I think everybody. I think there's folks in England that celebrate Thanksgiving. It's mainly around like U.S. installations and stuff like that, or people who have married former service members and stuff like that. I heard that some of the folks celebrate. I think everybody should. Everybody should. You know about Thanksgiving, right, Eskimo? It's a day of Thanksgiving. It's in the United States. It's in remembrance of the historical first meal in the fall between European settlers and the Native Americans. And it's evolved like most things do over time. And the typical American Thanksgiving dinner: turkey, mashed potatoes, gravy, cranberries. Says, yep, I learned it from the cartoons when I was a child. Yeah, I'm sure they did. Oh, and they probably had the pilgrims, and they had the hats and stuff like that with the buckles on the front. So when I was growing up, we had those cartoons as well, and then we'd in the schools we'd all make the pilgrims and Indian things, and they'd have the feathers and the headband and stuff made out of what the hell's that? It's not cardboard. What the hell is that paper called? Come on, gals, give me a hand here. What's that? Construction paper? Construction paper, right? Is that colored paper? So you make the stuff and you use Elmer's white glue and tape. And yeah, construction. Thank you, Judy. Construction paper. Yeah. So you'd make the headbands out of brown, and then you make the feathers, and then you either tape or glue the feathers to it, and then you make your hat. You make the hat out of a tube of construction paper, and then the brim, and you square buckle, and you put that on it. Yeah, you get the pilgrims and the Indians. I can't believe I can believe it, but it's horse shit. All the people trying to, every Thanksgiving day or every Thanksgiving year now, time of the year this time, you got those activists that want to tear it down and say horrible, it's a horrible holiday and bring up atrocities and shit like that. Yeah, you make turkeys with your hands. Let's get a picture of that so the Eskimo can see it. Hand turkeys. There we go. There you go. You got the you put your hand in the inks or the paints, and you put it down on the paper, and of course, see there you got the turkeys. Yeah, good memories, good innocence. And, people were truly thankful for things. Nowadays, you got to bitch, piss, and moan, and got to turn everything into some political bullshit. It's like, no, just be thankful. Be thankful. Yeah, you guys eat turkeys there in Turkey, Eskimo? Let's see if I can find the construction paper, pilgrims and Indians. No, I want to see the people. Oh, see, this is cool stuff. Well, these are all little toilet paper pilgrims. Here is the over here on the right. That's the Indian headdresses. Look at that. We eat it lesser than anything else. Yeah, here in the States, you can get turkey. It's usually dirt cheap. You can get it 50 cents a pound or less, especially frozen, until it's around Thanksgiving time, and then they try to jack the prices up. But we generally eat it just at Thanksgiving, but we can eat it year round. My house, we have it 2-3 times a year. We do more turkey breast because you can buy just the turkey breast, and then you cook up your turkey breast and eat that way. What do we got here? Indian and Pilgrim Craft. Let's bring this up here. Look at that. Look, they've got it. He made like a leather vest out of a paper trash bag. That's cute. A little girl down here. She's supposed to be a pilgrim. Of course, the little Indian with her looks scared as hell. Oh, you see these beads? Remember making these beads? These bead necklaces? You just take the strips of paper and you put Elmer's glue on it, white Elmer's glue on it, and then you just roll it up. And of course, it has that little hole in the center, and then you run the yarn or string through it. Donna says, "Bear with me. I'm gonna try it again." Okay, that's fine. But yeah, remember those beads? And those are kind of square beads, but if you make the paper like a long triangle, then your bead ends up being like an oval shape. You remember those? Going to switch over now, going to my Orca mug. Okay, Donna's wanting to come in. There you go. Hey, what the hell? There she is.
Switch over now.
Nah, I'm getting sound feedback again, Donna.
There you go.
You're gonna have to
Can
turn.
you hear me?
I can hear you, but turn off the volume to the YouTube video.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, dang it.
Now y'all can hear both Judy and myself. Not Judy and myself. Sorry about that. Donna and myself, right? Oh, you don't remember doing the beads? Oh, yeah. I used to love doing the beads. They're made out of construction paper as well.
Come on.
Eskimo says, "I'm going to cook. Quite hungry." Good. Cook. What you making? What you making for food? Quite hungry. It's after midnight there. Okay. Yeah. Laurel and Judy says you can hear us both. Yeah. So she should be able to hear me. I don't know what's up on her end. I looked at my sound settings here and line in. Yep. Behringer. It's my mixing board. Oh, Judy, did you look up Neil Diamond? Eskimo says, "Oh, I just woke up. I'll heat some boric." Boric. Let's see what boric is. Boric is. Boric. B-O-R-E-K. B-O-R-E-K. Boric. Oh. Boric. Or Burek is a family of pastries or pies found in the Balkans, Middle East, and Central Asia. The pastry is made of thin, flaky dough, such as phyllo, with a variety of fillings such as meat, cheese, spinach, potatoes, etc., etc., etc. Now, where's that from? Where's that from? Come on, folks, etc., etc., etc. What's that from? Judy says I was going to, but then I got sidetracked by Conway Twitty. I'll do it later after the show. Okay. Yeah, Neil Diamond. I'm surprised you have Neil Diamond. Come on now. But okay, who's going to tell me the reference, etc., etc., etc. This is going back. It's going back a ways. I'll give you one hint. I shouldn't, because giving you the hint should tell you exactly what it. I'll wait first. If people don't know, I'll give you the hint. Etc. 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 Now, where's that from? No guesses? No guesses. Yul Brynner. It's the only hint I'm going to give you is Yul Brynner. Of course they're going, oh, Yul Brynner, etc., etc., etc. It's like, no Google searching. No Google searching. You give up? Here you go. Yul Brynner in The King and I. Told you that's going back a ways. I wonder if they got a clip of that. There we go. Let's see here. Yeah, here we go. You ready?
Have care that head shall never be higher than mine. When I shall sit, you shall sit. When I shall kneel, you shall kneel, etc., etc., etc.
Very well, Your Majesty.
Have care that head shall never be higher.
And there you go, etc., etc., etc. The King and I. Yul Brynner. See, now, whenever you hear it, etc., you'll now have Yul Brynner in The King and I flashing in your head, like I do. Oh my goodness! Yeah, like I said, everything a song or a movie line. Etc., etc., etc. It's a good movie. I gotta try to find that again. Okay, what else? What else was going on here? Yeah. So the the damn Chinese biolab and the FBI and the CDC. They're not, man. It's not the fan. It's not the fan making my nose itch. Man, I don't know what it is. Yeah, they basically pretty much refused to investigate that and charge the guy. The guy is a Canadian. The guy is Chinese. And he was on the run from Canada because he had some legal issues up there, both civil and criminal. and they found him guilty, and he owed shit ton of money and stuff like that. And he fled to the United States, and then he opens up a biolab down here. He's being paid by the Chinese government, running COVID tests, and they had Ebola and all sorts of shit in the freezers. It's like, oh my God. Oh, but the CDC, no, all they're going to do is they went and they half-assed documented what was, but they didn't test anything, and they didn't. And if it wasn't labeled, then they didn't write. They don't know what it is, and they didn't test it, and they just was unknown. It's like, you're the freaking CDC, for crying out loud. Test that shit. Test that shit, and they didn't. So again, the main guy is just, they're charging him with basically fraud and lying to the government. The FDA, because his tests were fake, so it's a violation according to the FDA. It's like, what? That's what you're going to get this guy on, is fake testing kits, not all that other shit. Fake testing kits.
Well, those testing kits, they came out of China in the first place, didn't they?
Yeah, some of them did. Some of them. Hey, you can hear me now. What'd you do?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, how'd you fix it?
I went into settings and
Okay.
jacked around a little bit.
Yeah.
I had upgraded my Mint, my Linux, and I forgot I didn't reinstall the Zoom and all that other stuff.
Yeah, and then all your settings are going to get all screwed up. And It's always a joy. It's the same way as when I get a new cell phone. It's like, oh my God, that's going to take me 2 weeks to get this shit sorted out.
Oh yeah, especially if it's an Apple. God.
Well, I always use Android.
I do too. I had to use Apple when I worked. That's what we were supplied with.
Yeah.
God, I hated it. Hated apples. They upgrade crap every other day.
Yeah, it's getting that way with the Androids too. But yeah, I just when I first started going to smartphones, we just went with Android, and we just kept it. It's easy to stick with.
Yeah.
Tonight's coffee, chocolate raspberry.
Oh, right. Just leave the raspberries out of it.
Yeah, I thought I'd share that with you. Donna doesn't like fruity coffees like
fruit
that.
in my coffee.
Yeah.
I'm a Cowboy coffee drinker, man. I like the old campground stuff, man.
I don't have to cut my coffee with a knife, to stop the pour. I'm fine.
Yeah, I like it that way. It lasts longer.
Yeah. So you can chew on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Coffee between your teeth and gums, your lips and gums. Oh, what's you got there? Oh, no,
every now and then.
I took a sip of coffee. Yeah, no, it's fine. Have it like you like it.
Hey, did you hear about? Oh God, the Pentagon just failed its sixth audit.
Yeah, six audit is 6 year in a row.
Yeah, and it's like.
Yeah, but they're celebrating. They're celebrating. They're like, "Oh, we're getting better." It's getting like, what? You're still failing.
Like 50% of their funding
Holy
now.
shit! You're still failing. Yeah, I posted up about that.
Oh God.
That's a week old news by now.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I haven't been on Facebook much.
You need to get on there.
Hanging lights and crap. So
yeah, just check my page every day.
Every few days. Yeah.
Yeah. Now tell people that too. If you don't see something in your feed, check my page directly. If something hits your feed, follow it and get to my page anyways, because you're probably missing, most of my stuff.
I just go to your page anyway because it does no good. Facebook jacks us around.
Yeah. But yeah, that's old news. Oh, but that's speaking of old news, boy, this shit pisses me off. And there's not just one guy out there. Now there's almost all of the Second Amendment commentators out there. They're all, leaked FBI thing about these are the symbols that the FBI, says means that you could be an extremist or a terrorist and shit like that. And of course, it's like the 3% and 1776 and all sorts of shit. 2A. And it's like, you're bringing this shit up, but we covered this a year ago. Every single one of these yahoos covered it a year ago. This is not new shit. Why are they bringing it up again? This isn't new. We knew about these documents a year ago.
Stir the pot.
No shit. It's like, man, they've got other shit to worry about. Why are they all harping about this now? It's old news.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, the guys I'm talking about, that's all they do is Second Amendment stuff.
Yeah.
I just barely touch on Second Amendment shit, and I covered it a year ago. So guess what you're not going to find in my content? John bitching about the FBI making this list of symbols that could possibly make somebody an extremist or a terrorist. Yeah, I'm not going to do it because I did it a year ago. Stop it.
Damn internet, I tell you. God. 15 years ago, we didn't know about this shit because we didn't have the internet,
Right. But still, even that, it's like, not only, but they've had congressional meetings on this shit since then. It's nothing new.
They don't watch those.
Laurel says, what are they trying to distract us from? No, it's not the freaking FBI that's doing that. These are Second Amendment commentators and people that put out content. And they're all jumping on this thing that's a year old. So I don't know who's trying to distract who, but these guys shouldn't be trying to distract anybody from anything. But like I say, if I really thought it was important, I'd have put it up on my page. So you look at, is John talking about this? No. Okay. If it sounds, oh my God, this is horrible, go to my page. Well, John didn't say anything about it. Yeah, because it's probably not worth your time. Stop it. Stop it. My God. You're not saying, oh, there was 50-something, gun laws that were all, it's like, yes, every freaking year we are swamped at all levels with anti-gun legislation. Happens every year, so keep fighting it. It's a slow news cycle. Come on, guys. Stop making shit up. There's making shit up just like the damn freaking kid with the face paint at the damn football game.
Oh, God. Wasn't that stupid?
That's stupid. It's like, stop it. Stop it. Leave the kid alone. Jesus, we see that shit for all the teams. The guys, they're wearing like purple and yellow and, going without shirts on with a freaking number painted on them and shit. It's fan appreciation and exuberance for their team. Leave them the fuck alone.
Yeah, the Redskins have been fighting those freaking idiots for the last 10 years.
Yeah, well, this was the Chiefs. This is Cincinnati Chiefs.
Well, whatever. But
yeah.
I mean, they're like the Redskins.
Yeah. Well, the Redskins, they want the fucking name back.
I know
What the hell is the Washington, what are they called?
Redskins.
I
don't know what
what's the new name? The Washington, what is the Washingtons? The Washington.
Senators.
Commanders.
Okay.
Commanders,
okay.
Yeah. Washington Commanders. Yeah, it's like, why? Who cares? Like I said, those names are not. They're not to make fun. It's homage. It's homage.
Yeah.
It's let
them do what they damn well want.
The Army's helicopters are named after.
Yeah.
After Indian tribes. The Chinook, the Comanche, the Apache, Kiowa. They're all names of tribes. It's meant for out of homage and respect. And we went over this earlier in the show. We went over have like the Cincinnati earthworms, or the Cleveland butterflies. You have the Bears, the Redskins, the Chiefs, the Braves. It's
I tell you.
Jesus.
I don't know what's up with these idiots.
Yeah, it's stupid. It's stupid. Finding issues. What you're going to do, you're not protecting anybody from racism. You are erasing
Cultures.
peoples. Yeah. Jesus, stop it. Leave it alone. And the Redskins are fighting to get their name back, and it's being led by some Redskins. It's like, come on. Native Americans are going, yeah, we want the name back. Same way as their mascot was the actual profile of a Native American. It wasn't just a cartoon drawing like, oh, we're going to make him look like this because we think it's funny. It's like, no, that's the guy's freaking profile. These activists, like, stop it. You only in such an extravagant first world country can this be what they're going to cause problems about. It's crazy for feeling so lonely. I start out with
one of my favorites.
I start out with when this is my mental process when I do the crazy. It starts out with God, what the hell's her name?
Patsy Cline?
Patsy Cline. Thank you. It starts out Patsy Cline, and then it morphs into Willie Nelson because he sang it too. And then Willie Nelson turns into Kermit the Frog. Why I have no idea. That's the way it works in my head when I start the song crazy. It's Patsy Cline, Willie Nelson, and then Kermit the Frog. I don't think Kermit the Frog sang crazy, did he?
Gosh, I don't know.
Let's see if they.
God, now I got to look that up.
Okay, Kermit sings Crazy Train. Wow, no. Hold up. She drives me crazy. I don't know. It's not coming in here. Let's see here. Once in a Lifetime. Creep. Wow. He sings Creep. That's funny. I like that song now. I played that on a guitar too, so you'll probably end up hearing that.
I like anything of hers.
No, but Creep isn't. That's from.
I think my
Creep
favorite
is
was,
from who was Creep? Radiohead sang Creep, but Patsy Cline, yeah, she was a.
I think my favorite was Walking After Midnight.
Yeah, who's? I'm trying to think of who.
Patsy Cline.
Yeah, I know, but I'm cover. Young girl, didn't she do Walking After Midnight? Who was that young? Kelly Clarkson sings it, but no, before that. Boy, a lot of people have covered that one.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm trying to think of who that little girl is. She had blonde to reddish hair, I think is. Oh, man, my nose itches. What the hell is it? Who the hell is that girl?
Sitting here trying to look it up.
Yeah, I'm scrolling through, and man, there's a lot of people.
It's all
sang that song. Oh. Come on, gals, help me out here. Who sang it?
How long ago? What?
Oh, we're looking at like, oh God, was it the 80s or 90s? 90s? Well, maybe she didn't. I don't know. I could be.
I don't know.
I know
Walking
she covered a
After
lot
Midnight.
of. She covered a lot of classic.
Somebody else did it at one time, I know, but not very
Yeah,
many
yeah.
people.
Judy says you can't think of her name. She was around 15, I think. Yes. Yeah, she got like either blonde or reddish blonde hair. Is it Leanne Rimes?
Oh, that could have been. That sounds like
When she
something
first
would have
started.
done.
When she first started. Let's see here. I always love it when I start typing things out and your fingers are in the wrong place, and you you type. It looks like a foreign language. What the hell's her name? Was it Leanne Rimes? Judy
It
says
could have
yes.
been, because that sounds like, yeah, she did other Patsy Cline things.
Yeah. Yeah, it was Leanne Rimes. Yeah, but that's back when she started out. So I think she's like 15. Yeah, see, she got blondish red hair. Here's what she looked like. That's what here, I'm going to pull it up. This is what she looked like when she was first starting out. See, look at that baby face. Oh, there she is, Leanne Rimes. Yeah, see, there we go.
Yeah,
Teen country queen.
yeah.
Leanne Rimes. So we got that sorted out. We got that.
Took long enough, didn't
Yeah,
it?
it took us long enough. It's like, man, when the hell was that? When did she start out? I said it was the 80s or 90s, right?
Yeah, it had to have been.
Let's see here. Leanne Rimes. Wow, she's 41 right now. God,
Wow.
doesn't
that time flies.
Holy shit. Hey, there is a wow. Leanne Rimes is 41 years old right now.
God, I think she
Leanne
was,
Rimes, when
what,
she
15
started
or-
singing. Well, she started in age of 3, but that's not when.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
But yeah, let's see here. Well, she was born in 82. So yeah, that would have made. Yeah, that would have been in the 90s.
90s. Yeah.
So I was right. The 90s. 41 years old. Holy shit! Doesn't that
I
make you
know
feel
it.
old?
Isn't that amazing?
Wow. 41. Holy shit. My goodness. Goodness gracious. Wow. Yeah, I still think of the millennium just the other day. It's like, oh, year 2000. Oh, shit, we're already
There it is,
23.
20 damn years ago.
Yeah, it's
Beat
20
shit.
years ago. Wow.
Yeah, my brother-in-law was giving me shit. He said, you should spend some of that moldy money of yours.
Moldy
He's trying
money?
to convince me to buy a
Shit,
new
I ain't
vehicle.
got any moldy money. I'd like to find some moldy money. Holy
I've been
crap.
a freaking hoarder for all my life.
Oh, man. I'd like some of that moldy money. I could,
You know,
boy,
he
this
thinks I
year.
need to buy a new vehicle. Mine's 20 years old.
Yeah, it's time for a new vehicle.
Hey, it's got less than 70,000 miles on it.
My youngest, her engine, something in the top rockers or something like that went. It's like, holy shit, this year. And thankfully, 5-year bumper to bumper, or 5-year powertrain, 3-year bumper to bumper, 5-year powertrain, and it's on year 5. It's like, so she got out lucky, but it's like, wow. Man, that's the true 2000 just being the other day. Right. The year 2000. It's like, oh my God. But then I look at pictures of like my youngest. She was a millennial baby. So she's the easiest to figure out how old she is because it's like, what year is it? 2023. She's 23. The youngest is 23. The oldest is 40. 40, I think. 40, 41, 40. But yeah, it's like, holy shit.
I found one that I really like, but
what do you like?
It's an Alfa Romeo.
Don't get that. Get yourself something that if something breaks, it's not going to cost you.
Well, that's what I mean. I'd have to be freaking going to Little Rock to.
Yeah, it's not. You're right. It's not just whether you get a good deal on the car. If something breaks, man, no, stick to
But
domestic.
hey, I like the car, but I ain't going to get it because of that.
Yeah.
I think I'll get me a mini Denali.
A mini Denali?
Yeah. My brother-in-law had one of the full size, you know, like suburban size Denalis. And it was really nice. He still got it.
They're good. You're going to pay for gas and
bigger
on the road.
Oh, well, that's okay. I'm going to stick with gas.
Well, yeah, since you don't fucking drive. You just told us
like,
your car is 20 years old and it's only got 75,000 miles on it. It's like, you don't drive.
I don't have 70 on it.
Oh, see, there you go. You don't drive. So it doesn't gas. She goes, whatever. Yeah.
Well, I always had, it was my second vehicle, you know, and then I sold my truck about 5 years ago. I'd just soon get a truck again, I think.
Yeah, I'd like a truck, but if you don't need it, get, a little SUV is fine. But trucks, man, trucks are great. They're not always the most practical, but when you need a truck, you need a truck. Judy says, get a Camaro. Get a Camaro. Yeah, man. No, get
well, he got a Challenger.
No, but you can get like a mid-sized truck.
Yeah.
Like a Ford Ranger or a Toyota Tacoma, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's big enough. I mean, it's not going to be too horrible on gas, and it's not huge, so it's going to be easy to drive, and you still got a little bit of a bed.
High enough up.
Yeah.
I like to be able to see.
Yeah. Or you could do that with an SUV too, but.
Well, that's true.
But it's just you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So but you get a Ford Ranger or a Tacoma or something like that, several years old, and that's 4 doors. It's not huge. So you still got room in the cab for stuff. It's not like a standard cab. And you got to, if you need to go to Home Depot or you need to put something in the back, you can still put stuff in the back.
Oh,
you're not going to be doing building supplies.
I couldn't get another piece of furniture in this house if I had to.
Yeah, well. But yeah, you can do that. Leanne Rhymes, 41. Holy shit.
I know what? Amazing.
Yeah, she's the age of my oldest. Wow. I'll be damned. Judy says Chevy truck. You can go Chevy.
Yep.
You can go Chevy.
I'm a Chevy person.
Again, they're old enough because both Chevy and GMC both came out with a mid-size. You can go back 5-6 years. You're still good because they had the Cheyenne and the Canyon. Not the Cheyenne. The Canyon and the Colorado.
Silverado.
No, Silverado's is a 150. It's a full size.
Yeah, it's.
So I'd say get a mid-size. So that's the Colorado or the Canyon.
I know
nice
the
trucks.
Colorado's had trouble there for a while.
Nah, they're fine. You're fine. They work the bugs out. Every time they bring out something new, they, don't buy it the first year that they come up with an upgrade.
Yeah, right.
Get it 2-3 years in. But yeah, nice trucks.
I like the looks of the Fords.
The Rangers, yeah, they're nice.
Yeah, they have a nice body style. I'm just not a Ford person.
Like I said, brand loyalty means nothing to me. I buy
it's getting to that
what strikes my fancy, and yep.
I got to be able to get it in my garage too, so I don't need something overly huge. This house is 80 years old.
Yeah,
so.
get a mid-size.
Get a mid-size.
And they're good now. You can get last gen Chevy. It's good. Chevy Colorado. They're like 2 or 3 years old.
Yeah. I thought I'd get a 23, maybe 22 if I can find it.
Yeah, 20, 21, 22. You get to 23, you're getting into the new. No, is it 23 or the 24? They got all the new stuff.
Yeah, they're
24. Yeah, I think the 24 is all new. So you might be good with a 23. But you get the same damn thing as a 22, and you get it for a good chunk of change off.
Right. Yeah.
Judy says, "Me either, Donna. I'm definitely a Chevy girl. I'm a whatever. I've gone through my Oldsmobile, Dodge, Ford, Chevy. Yeah.
Well, the vehicle I got now is a Toyota Highlander, and it's perfect condition. Yeah. It's just
Toyotas run.
They do. They run.
So like I said, if you like Toyota, you get yourself a Tacoma. It's the same thing. Get yourself a 2000 Tacoma. They run.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
It'll outlive me. That's for sure.
Those damn Japanese vehicles are racers. Like,
oh God, I tell you, when I bought
it might be, but they might have been built here in the U.S. That's the way it works.
Yeah, it was the first brand new car that I ever bought, and my sister freaking disowned me for about 6 months.
Yeah. You got those U.S. loyal folks, but even the U.S. vehicles, most of them, they ain't built in the U.S. anymore.
Yeah, my sister, we got a global economy. Bubba land all the way.
Yeah. So I get what I can afford. Yeah. What I can afford fits the needs at the time. Same with type of vehicle. I've had minivans. Love my minivan. Oh hell yeah! I got 5,000 kids. You get a lot of kids. You go no. We went from before the minivan. This is what we were doing. We had my
VW bus.
No, we had an '87 GMC step side. So that was just a standard cab, and we had a Dodge Daytona Charger. And that's what we were using to cart around the whole family. Couldn't fit them all in one vehicle.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we got a minivan. I'm telling you this, and I'm like, oh man, getting a Dodge Caravan. I was like, oh.
Yeah, my brother.
And that was back before they had the doors on both sides, the sliders on both sides. Yeah, so this was like old school, and loved the hell out of that. And it's like, oh man, you got plenty of room for the kids. Still have room for all the kids and groceries in the back. And it had a V6 engine in it that actually worked, so it wasn't like I was lacking for speed. That thing zipped around it's like, oh, yeah, I had a minivan. Yes, ma'am. I have no problems with that. Yeah, it fits the need. And then after that, Man, my nose. After that, we mostly SUVs. After that, but yeah, you had a minivan.
Well, when they came out, boy, when the SUVs came out, I mean, that really did a job on vans.
Yeah, I mean, they had. It used to be. I mean, you had minivans, and then you had everything from. It was basically you had Blazers. Those were SUVs, but they
I had a
weren't-
Blazer
and
before.
then Suburbans. But then when minivans hit the market, and minivans started to outsell them, and then all of the other 50 billion types of SUVs to fill in the gap. Judy says the Caravan is pretty fast too. Yeah, they moved. They moved. They were no slouch. Yeah, I didn't. People go, oh, minivan. Yeah, get in it and drive it. My son was the same way. He's like, he got to the point. He's like, yeah, you're gonna need a minivan. Because it was he's got a daughter, and then he hooked up with a girl that she got 3 daughters, and it's like, yeah, you're gonna need a minivan. No, they got a minivan. He's like, oh, I love the hell out of this thing. Yeah, yes. I forget what kind he had, but yeah, we had the Caravan, a Grand Caravan, so nice. But for its day, it was nice. It's nothing now. Basically, it's okay. You had power windows and stuff like that. You didn't have to roll them by hand. But yeah, those things moved, and your ass wasn't dragging on the ground. I mean, you weren't as tall as like sitting in a truck, but you weren't like you were in a car. But yeah, I could open up that sliding door and just. Let the kids just pour on in. We take that damn thing, we go camping in it. So you pack up all the kids and then play Tetris with all of the camping supplies in the back, and then strap them on the roof, and off you go. Yeah. It's like, yeah, they work. John, it's not a manly vehicle. Yeah, I tell you what's not a manly vehicle, a vehicle that does not do what you need it to do. You got a big family. Get what can cart the family. So yeah, we love the hell out of that. I think we bought it from my the missus's sister. It was her vehicle. She was getting a new vehicle, so we bought her minivan. It's like, oh, glorious.
Yeah, the vehicle I had before this one was a 1982 V6 Blazer.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that thing had almost 600,000 miles on it.
Yeah, wow.
When I sold it. And it's still, well, she bought it for one of her kids in high school, so it only lasted about 4 or 5 years after that.
Oh, well. Yeah, oh, well.
Well.
Yeah. Yeah. I wish now we could drive a Chevy Trax. Itty bitty thing. But it was damn near brand new and great on gas. Does what it needs to do. It was affordable. Pretty good little car. People complain about them. It's like, no, there's plenty of zip in them things. That's why I call it zippy. It zips around. They'll move. Doesn't handle well. Bullshit, you don't know how to drive. Look, yeah. we grew up with cars that if they weren't moving, you couldn't turn the wheel. So don't tell me about they don't handle well. Everything now handles well.
I mean,
what?
We drove rear-wheel drive vehicles in North Dakota where it's snow and ice for 6 months out of the year.
And you learn how to do it. I was driving my Mustang in the winter time too. You learn how to do it, but don't handle well. Yeah, bullshit. It handles fine. Well, hell, even the new nothing cars are faster than the cars were in the 60s and 70s, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you can't have no, they're great. Shut up. Enjoy. Oh, it's not comfortable driving it. Really? Really? I haven't been in a new car I haven't been in a car in the past 40 years production-wise, that I thought didn't ride well. Like, yeah, don't go 500 miles an hour over the potholes. Problem solved. Other than that, so fucking what? It drives like a truck. What the hell's wrong with it driving like a truck? Trucks nowadays drive better than cars did 60 years ago. Stop it. My goodness. People, they get spoiled. Oh, this doesn't drive well. I don't like the interior. It doesn't have soft touch everywhere. Soft touch? Fuck, we had bare metal and wood everywhere. It wasn't because it was luxury. Shut up. Soft touch. Soft. Touch your head. Soft touch. My God. I was like, this new car it feels like I'm driving a car from 5 years ago. Well, I wish the fuck I was driving a car from 5 years ago.
I don't want a car that I have to fall into and then I can't get the hell out of.
Yeah, you don't need them on the ground. I'm too old for those, on the ground shit. I'd rather climb up in and then step and drop out than to drop in and then try to freaking climb out. Yeah, I can do it, but I'd rather not.
Mercedes compressor, little bitty shitting thing.
Was it Mercedes?
Yeah, it's called a compressor, and it's a sports car.
Oh, compressor, a C320 with a K.
Yeah, with a K. Yeah, and she's about 5 inches off the ground.
Oh, what's that? That looks like their version of an Escort. Looks like the Mercedes version of a Ford Escort. Let's see here. Internet on. Here we go. Compressor. Go little itty bitty cars.
Well, they have changed so much throughout the years.
Yeah.
Hers is like a 230 or something like that.
Right. Yeah. Compressor C230. I got one up on the screen right now. It's a 2005. So it's a little 4-door car.
No, that's not it. Hers is more of a sportier one.
Let's see this one right here. Here's one that has 2 doors. This is a okay, they have it a 2-door and a 4-door. This is a compressor sport C320, 2 doors. So it does come in. So I've got it up on the screen again. So yes, they have a 2-door version and a 4-door version. She must have the 2-door. 2-door almost looks like a hatchback, almost. Like a sporty
hers looks
hatchback.
more sportier. Hers looks more like a little smaller than that, sportier looking than that.
Let's see. Here's another one. Oh, that's the 4-door. Yeah, I guess it just depends upon the angle. Because this is a 2004. Almost from this angle, it's kind of a 45 degree on the front. Almost looks like a hatchback with a little teeny bit.
Okay, hers is like an SLK 200.
SLK
200.
Oh, that's got a yeah, they took the hatchbacky off and put more of a traditional window in the back.
Yeah, it's more of a sporty thing.
Yeah, here we go. There's another back view. Yeah, where the other ones that I showed, they elongate the window out back, so it looks almost like it's a hatchback, but not quite. But yeah, the SL.
Anyway, I have a hell of a time getting in and out of that.
Yeah, they're pretty low. Pretty low. Again, I can do it. I just prefer not to. Like to climb up in or just slide over in. I'm 6'4", so a lot of them, even the trucks, I just kind of slide in. But yeah, I'd rather climb up in, and that's the same way with the missus. She'd rather climb up in and then drop out, not drop in and then freaking
try to climb out.
I need a winch and pulley to get your ass out of the seat.
Like, I don't fold up that good anymore.
No, that's not it. It's not good. Save that for the young people. There's a lot of sports cars. I was like, man, I'd like to drive that. And it's like, but I wouldn't want to drive it often because I don't want to drop in and come out, and have to climb out. It's like, no, it's not. No. I'm almost like that with Zippy. I do have to drop in with Zippy, but it's not quite like a car. Close, but not quite. Gus says, like my truck. Yeah, like your truck. Climb into it.
Yep.
And then drop out of it. Yeah, that's fine. When I hit another vehicle, I want to look down as I'm going over them and not look up as I'm going underneath them. It's like,
yeah.
Yeah. And welcome to the show, Gus. Gus and Sally. I'm sure Sally's with him. But yeah, I like being up high. I was telling the missus, it's been a while since we've been in a proper truck. And it's like, man, we were driving along and I had to keep looking over at the speedometer because it felt like Gus was like not moving. It's like, no, he was doing the speed limit. Well, because speed perception in a bigger vehicle is different than in a smaller vehicle. That's why the really, really small cars, like the sports cars and shit, they're small and they're close to the road. It feels like you don't have to be going super fast to feel like you're going super fast. It's like you're in a go-kart. You get up in a bigger vehicle. The same way as with an SUV, we had a full-size SUV. It was just like Gus and his truck. It just feels like you're not moving at all. It's like, oh shit, we're doing 70. It doesn't feel like we're moving.
I've never cared for convertibles. It's never been my thing.
I don't mind them. I've never owned one. But we have sunroofs in our vehicles as well, but we always found out that usually, a quarter to halfway into the trip, wherever we're doing, we end up pulling the shade because we don't like the sun beating down on us. Now, I may get a convertible at some point, but yeah, we always ended up closing the sun visor. Gus has been listening from the beginning. You sly dog, you.
Yeah, he is.
You guys have been
a sly dog.
Been just kind of sitting back there watching. Yeah. Gus is like, yeah, John's spending some more fucking money. That's what every time he goes, I show up for the show to hear what shit John's buying now. Like, no, God, no.
Hey, can't take it with you.
It's always an investment. Like I said, I'd been wanting for quite a long time to get an amp for my guitar, but I couldn't justify it. It's like, why? Because I play acoustic, so I'm perfectly happy with that. So I just never did. So now it's going to be amped.
Are they still as big as boxy as they used to be?
What?
Amps.
Amps? They come in all sorts of different sizes.
I would say they used to be
some
big,
amps.
boxy things.
Some amps are big. Some amps are small. And then you have a combo amp, which has the head and the speaker in one thing, which is what I tend to get. And then you have a head and then a speaker. So they're two different units. So yeah, some of them are big and boxy.
So what's the head?
The head is the where the tubes and or electronics are in it. Think of a head as like your, you have a home stereo system?
Yeah.
And you've got the radio, and then you have your CD player, and then you have your cassette player. The head would be like one of those. So all of what makes it do what it does is in the head. And then that gets, just like with a stereo system, then you have wires that go from the head.
I just never heard it called head.
Yeah. It's called a head unit, and a cabinet. So they say a head or a cab. Now the cab is where the speakers are. That's what most people are used to seeing, like when you see the performers on stage. So you see a big speaker and then you see something sitting on the top of it. That's the head and the cab. Now they also have combos, and that's with the head and the speaker in one unit. But yes, you can, it depends upon what your wattage, what your speaker size is. Like this, okay, my current amp is probably, well, let's see here. I'll tell you the dimensions of my current amp. Okay, my current amp is a modeling amp, which means it's not tubes and it's not analog. It's all digital, and I've got all sorts of goodies to go with it. It's 12.75 inches high, 14.5 inches wide.
Oh, that's not
and
big.
8.25 inches deep. So yeah, pretty small, and
that's not bad.
That's 25 watts. My new amp is the let's see here. Which will be coming in is 11 inches high, 15 inches wide, and how deep is it? I think it's like 9 inches deep. Yeah, 9.8 inches deep, 17 wide, 11 inches high. So again, not big, and that's 40 watts, 2 speakers. Hey, Orion, he found me. I post up all the time on Facebook. When the show goes live, you just have to go to the page, and again, you need to make sure you're subscribed to my channels here on YouTube as well, because you should get a notification when I go live.
Gus, yeah, like that little girl that was released by Hamas that was lost.
Yeah, lost, of course. But yeah, so you can get small amps, and you can get bigger amps. Some of them are really big. It depends. It generally, what's your speaker size and how many speakers you have in your cab. So if you've got, like, let's say 4 10-inch speakers, it's going to be big. If you have 2 9 inches, not so big. And then your cabs, it's all going to depend upon what's in it. But a cab will usually run you what? 15 to 17 inches wide by 8 inches tall by 8 or 9 inches deep. So you see that's smaller, but you don't have the speaker connected to it. So that just sets on the top. So yeah, some of them are big still. Some of them are small. Mine are fairly small. Don't take up a lot of space. Don't need it. I don't need it. Me, it's features. Do I have the features? Do I have enough power to do what I want to do? I could get away with a 5-watt amp. You can do a lot with a 5-watt amp if you have enough features with it. You know, is the quality right? It's not just how much amperage. I did look at a 15-watt version of the one I'm getting. Didn't like the features. Didn't have enough.
So what made you think you needed 40?
Because that was the next step up from 15.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, from 15, then it was 40, and then they go up to 90 for the Fender series here. It's for the acoustics. Again, an acoustic amp is not an electric guitar amp. They're different beasts. They look the same. You couldn't tell by looking at them. They look the same. They're not the same. Yeah, my electric guitar amp's only 25. I say only. Way loud. I'm not gigging with it. You know, I'm not sitting up at a church. I'm not performing. It's in my living room. So you don't need a whole hell of a lot. If you have a lot of watts, you can get a richer, fuller sound. But the problem with that is a lot of those, Some you can, but some you can't. You can't get that richness when it's turned down low. So you gotta crank it up and get some headroom in it. So it's all a game of all things together to what you need and what you don't need. I'd like a 100-watt amp for my acoustic, but I'd pay twice as much for it. So it's like, no, I don't need. It's not, for me, it's not twice as good, nor do I need what it does versus what the amp that I'm getting in does. I'll show folks. I'm gonna get in. I showed folks at the beginning of the show what it was, but I'll put up a video when it gets in.
I was jacking around with.
No, you were taking care of business.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get shit done. At least you weren't trying to run the show. I've got here. It's like, oh, everything is fine. You start the show and it's like, fuck, nothing's working. You're like scrambling while everybody's, waiting for the show. Gus says, you just want to do a concert. The Whiskey Cowboy live music. Yeah, not. No. No.
Oh.
No, I don't crank it. Even when I do the electric downstairs, I don't crank it. Sometimes the missus says it's a little loud, but it's not cranked. I do not crank. Don't crank it.
Yeah, neighbors would love you, wouldn't they?
Yeah, fuck them. I don't care. I care about me. It's just too loud. It's like, no, I'm just playing by myself. I'm not gonna, no, it's modest levels. Yeah. Does do what it needs to do. So it's like, yeah, does it? It does it. Good quality, but not entry level, but not over the top. Happy medium. The funny thing is there's not a shit ton of reviews on this particular model online. Well, because what most people do is they get either the 15-watt or then they jump up to the 100-watt or above, and they skip over this one. It's like, why? Everything's doubled. So the 15-watt is here. Double that for the 40, and then double that for the 100 or the 90. It's like, no. Could not justify it. I can justify this one. It's nice. It's nice. And it fits the decor. Fender Acoustasonic 40-watt. It's got a light brown case. Kind of faux leathery kind of look. Black front and face. And classic buttons. Gus says price point. Right. It's got to be the right price point. Got to be justifiable. I can't. Again, the Fishman. I'd like the Fishman. The Fishman, was it the Fishman Loudbox Mini? I don't even know why they call it a Mini. That's always funny. Fender's, their version is the Fender Gigmaster Junior or some shit like that. Player Junior. It's like Junior. There's nothing Mini or Junior about those amps. But the price point is not what's justifiable for me. And those were the ones I wanted. I either wanted the Junior or the Mini. One from Fender, one from Fishman. Fishman is an amazing piece of kit. But I can't justify it for my needs the same way as when I talked to Steve on the phone. Steven. Call him Steven. I don't want to call him Steve. Everything's written out Steven. Steven Seifert, the guy who helped design the Seifert model dulcimer that I'm getting. Again, I talked to him on the phone the other night. And he started going over his signal chain, and I'm like, whoa. Because he doesn't even use the same MIDI processor anymore. He's got the new shit, and he's like, yeah, the new stuff, and I get this, and it's like $1,200, and it's like, no. No, I don't know. Hey, Steven, let me tell you what I need to do. This is all I need to do. On your video, and it had you playing with the magnetic amp, or the magnetic pickup, the piezo pickup, and you were running MIDI strings ever so slight in the background, that's all I want to do. That's all I can do. That's all I want to do. I don't need all this. I don't need all this going into that. And I was like, hey, this is what I think. Bless you.
Thank you.
I said, this is what I think that the signal chain would be. He's like, yeah. It's okay. That's all I need to know. And we went over. I said, okay, I don't like how my acoustic guitar sounds through my electric amp. And here's another thing. I didn't mention this. I'll mention it after this. I don't like how my acoustic guitar sounds through my electric amp. So I don't use it. I think I need a dedicated acoustic amp. He's like, yeah. Okay. So I was right. He's like, yes. Here's the thing.
So your dulcimer, is that electric?
Yeah. Oh, it's acoustic. It's got a electric or a magnetic pickup. It's a humbucker, split coil. So you can split coil. I went over this a couple shows ago.
Yeah.
And it has piezos underneath the strings. So you've got MIDI out the back, a 13-pin. Well, out the side. You got a 13-pin. You can go to a MIDI processor. And then your 1/4-inch jack, you can run either together or separate. And then you can blend your magnetics just like you have on an electric guitar. And
Gosh, I've never heard of
and the piezos.
Electric dulcimer.
Yeah, they're fairly new. They're fairly new.
Yeah,
because what they were doing is they were trying to figure out how can they extend the uses of the dulcimer. Where before, if you were playing like say on stage, you'd have to mic it up. So you bring the mic in, just like they used to do with standard guitars. You just bring a mic in and then you play in front of the mic. So if you were singing and playing, you'd have a mic by your face. And Judy says, are you talking about the guy you sent us to watch? No, that was Bing Fook. Bing Fook. The guy with the dreadlocks.
Oh, yeah.
That was Bing Fook. Seifert he's got a beard, a little bit, kind of a chubby face. Not a chubby guy, but he's got a round face. Got a short beard. And Seifert was the guy that worked with Terry McCafferty. And but Bing was playing the Seifert model dulcimer. Gus says you're talking way over my head now. Yeah. So yeah, you've got. You can't see. Where was it? There we go. You can't see, Donna. It's up. Let's go on internet. There we go. I got up the Seifert model, and this block right here. Well, at the very end, you go to the far right, lower right. You got the bridge, and the bridge has the three. Oh, you're watching now?
Yeah.
You got the bridge on the bottom, and you got the three, and you can just barely see them, little crystals underneath the strings, and that picks up for the piezo. In front of that, you've got that kind of a black oval-y thing. That's the magnetic pickup. Now, on the opposite side of this is you got a 1/4-inch jack off the bottom, and then you've got a 13-pin off the side. You can't see it. It's to the right away from you. So yeah, I can run that electronically 3 ways, and then of course bring a mic in so that you can hear the actual strumming. But Gus says Bing Focus.
I think it's spelled Futch, isn't it?
Bing Fooch. Yeah, I think it's
Fooch or something like that. Yeah, Fooch. Yeah,
Futch. Yeah, this is
bet.
this is Bing Fooch. Now, Seifert, let's bring up Seifert. I showed Seifert. There we go. This is Stephen. This is Stephen right here. And he's playing.
He's normal looking.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, Fooch looks like he's got dreadlocks.
All right, so
but this is Stephen.
I'm gonna go ahead and turn the mic off so you just hear the synth. So some of you are wondering, why would you want that? Some of you are going, thank goodness it does that. I'm going to show you what's maybe a little more practical about it.
Let's see if I can find what I want to do. See, here we go. See, that's the strings.
Fatten up.
It's only 3 strings?
Yeah, it's a 3-string dulcimer. You can get a 4. You can get a 5 or 6 too, but and mine's going to be 3.
I don't want.
Let's see the. Oh, there we go. You hear the strings playing in the background? It sounds like violins playing with it. Ever so lightly.
I've got my great-grandmother's auto harp.
Yeah, this isn't an auto harp.
No, I know, but that thing had.
But see, this is what I want to do. So, yeah, Judy says, dang, I love the sound of that. Right. Excuse me. So, yeah, he's really complex. I'll be able to do what you hear there. I said, if that's all I can do with the strings, and then he's running this particular sound, he's running the MIDI player just underneath, audio-wise, just in the background, and then his both the humbucker, the magnetic, and the piezos. He's running all of them at once to make the sound that you just heard. I'll be able to do that and a ton more stuff, but as long as I can do that, that's fine. Plus, you can get, let's see here. This is probably the piezo right there.
I love that. So I like that I can go somewhere, where the sound man's expecting something to happen like this, and I can be there ready to go. Now, this battery in the back, you get a lot of hours. It's a lot
right. So that
of
was off the
hours.
piezo.
But you should have a 9-volt with you, and if it starts to get,
and this right there that he's playing right now is off of the humbucker.
that if you were on stage and you were to mix this with a microphone, that might sound pretty good. But by itself, it's a very electric guitar sound. Before I show you anything else about the magnetic, let me bring that microphone back in. Now there's a little bit of air and pick sound in there.
Right, and that's a microphone that is not on the dulcimer.
I think that's a
above the
fantastic
dulcimer.
sound. And what's cool is, if I'm on a big stage, I can send one or the other just by adjusting those volume dials. You can even have a blend. So right now, let's try that out. I'm going to bring in a little of the piezo. And yes, I'm not sure how to say that word.
Piezo.
Now you're hearing both and the microphone. So we have a magnetic, piezo, and the microphone. Notice it's louder.
Let's bring back to
you.
And that's again the same thing you were hearing before, but now with the MIDI strings behind it. But yeah, that's what you see there is basically what I'm getting, and it's custom, but it does not have diamond inlays like this one has. I have custom inlays on mine that he's never done before, so they're going up, and I showed what those inlays looked like on the last show. This right here is also a dynatelic frets spacing on it. Mine's going to be.
Oh, they're not pearl?
No, yeah, no. I'm talking about not the inlay. I'm talking about, you see the fret spacing. It's a dynatelic. It's missing notes. It's not. A guitar is a chromatic scale. Diatonic. There we go. Diatonic. A classic dulcimer has a diatonic scale, which means if you're playing a song, you're going to get to parts and there's no notes there because they're not on your fretboard. Where a guitar is a chromatic and you got all the notes. Now I'm having a chromatic scale put in instead of the diatonic. So there's going to be a lot more frets. So, because like I talked with Terry. This is not Terry. Terry McCafferty is the builder of them. And I talked with him. I'm like, yeah, I hate playing a song and you get 2/3 of the way through, and you're missing a note.
Yeah, the harmonicas too they have diatonic harmonicas.
So it's like I need all the notes, and that's what the chromatic's going to give me. But I'm not doing. And he's like, well, how would you like the inlays? I'm like, well, I don't read music and I don't play tabs, so it doesn't make any difference to me. He goes, I can do the dulcimer inlay, where, in other words, in between, see where the diamonds are. Those are the inlays. So they're at space 3, 5, 7, 9, 12. You know what I mean? That's in between the frets. It's different than on a guitar, but he can inlay it just like you have a guitar. I'm like, no, I'll inlay it exactly like it is on a dulcimer, because when I play the dulcimer, I'm not playing the guitar. Now that may or may not make sense. Even though, think of it, if it was the chromatic scale, technically you could play the dulcimer sort of the way you play a guitar. The notes are going to be in the same place.
Which kind of defeats the purpose of having the dulcimer.
Well,
kind of.
Well, it doesn't sound. It won't sound the same. I'm just saying how
right.
The notes and the strings. The strings aren't the same. They're banjo strings. So it's not going to sound like a guitar. But what I'm saying is, if you could basically, if you took all but 3 strings off of a guitar, you could technically play the same as you're playing a dulcimer, but you don't play them the same way. You play a dulcimer more like you play a steel guitar. It's on your lap. So your fingers, when I attack the strings, are going this way. When I play the guitar, my fingers are going this way. I'm coming up behind the neck. You can't do that with a dulcimer. So my mentality when I play the dulcimer is not the same as I play the guitar, even if the frets are exactly the same. Because I attack from the back
Right.
on a guitar, and I start with the high string is first, and then the low string is towards me. With a dulcimer, it's completely backwards. The high string is towards me, the low string is away from me. But my hand is coming down off the top instead of from the back. So you see what I'm saying? Even if the frets are aligned exactly the same, doesn't matter about the frets, doesn't matter about the strings. It matters how I play the instrument. It's nothing like playing a guitar. So I don't need the inlays in the same places that they are with a guitar, because I'm not just playing a guitar flat on my lap. I'm playing a dulcimer. So my mind doesn't play it the same. Because the muscle memory's not there. So you play the same song. I've played the song on my guitar. Go play it on the dulcimer. The muscle memory's not there. I have to relearn it for the dulcimer because everything's ass backwards and I'm attacking it from a different angle, if that makes sense. It's strange. It's not the same.
Gus is going to bed.
Gus says, I'm off to check the holes in my eyelids. Good night, all. Thanks, John, for a great show. You're welcome, Gus. Thanks for you and Sally joining in. Yeah, it's after 10.
Good night, Gus. I think I am too.
I think I should close it out. But there's McCafferty isn't the only one that does electrics. You can get him on Folkcraft now does it. But I think he's the only one thus far that has worked the MIDI in as well. So I just went with him, and I like his work. And mine's not going to look like this. I have a violin top on mine and some purfling, and the wood colors are different and contrasting. I've shown all that in the other shows. I don't think that you were here, but I
missed a couple there.
My dulcimer is going to be his prettiest, in my opinion. It's going to be his prettiest dulcimer. Judy and the rest, they've seen the equivalent of mine. Oh, also my sound holes are custom. They're a classic F hole, but in the center part, it's got a Glencairn glass silhouette in it. So it's like, it's the Whiskey Cowboy dulcimer. So.
I was gone. I was in mourning for a couple of weeks there.
Well, sorry to hear that.
Yeah. Well.
But the dulcimer is going, and I'm letting folks know each step of the way how it's coming along. And Judy says, "Yes, I can't wait to see and hear it." Yeah, so I'm going to have a lot of fun. I'm not as good as that's an understatement. I suck.
Don't wait 6 months before you put something out there.
Oh no, I'll get stuff out. I'll probably put it, at least when I first get it, I'll do either an unboxing or a grand opening for folks. I don't know if I'm going to do an unboxing because it's just a pain in the ass, but I may just have the case and open it up for you folks and let you see it and maybe play something really quick. But I'll be, as soon as I get it in, it should be done January, February timeframe. And I was very lucky to be able to make it in because he doesn't take very many custom orders. I mean, you can custom order. In other words, I want this model. I want this wood. I want these sound holes because it's all, it's, you can customize it like that, but that's not what I'm doing. There is truly the sound holes he does not make the way these are. The inlays, he does not make these inlays. People have not ordered it quite the way I'm ordering it. So it's truly a custom dulcimer, not just a la carte. Pick the features, put it in, and it's yours. No, this is custom stuff that nobody's had before. And he doesn't do that very often because he's a one-man shop. And I'd called him up. I sent him off an email, letting him know hey. And he called me back. He's like, oh shit, that was quick. So we had a discussion. I was like, yeah, do you want to do this? And he's like, yeah, let's do this. So I was very blessed to be able to make it into his build cycle. And And here we are. We're just waiting. That's why all these other things. Okay, so now I get a special amp, and then I'll be able to play. I'll be playing with my Taylor, my guitar, on this amp well before I get the dulcimer. So it's a multi-purpose thing. So y'all be able to hear that as well. Yep. I'm not very good. The missus likes my playing. It's fine. But I'm not very good. But I enjoy it and I have a good time. And that's all that matters. And if I'm going to do it right. So yeah, this dulcimer is going to be Rolls Royce. Hey, my Taylor ain't no slouch. It's a limited edition. But yeah. So yeah, that's where we are. Well, did anybody else have anything that we should hit on before I close things down?
Well, I'm so TURD tired I could FART faint, so I'm going to bed.
I can't spell either.
Yeah. Good night, all.
Good night, Donna. Judy says the video I saw of you was good to me, anyways. Yeah, and I was just messing around. That's warts and all. That video with the Taylor was just I was just trying to do different mic placements. People probably didn't notice it, but if you watch, it's like, okay, the mic's in different places because it's slice and dice and it's in different places. So yeah, it'll get better than that. I just needed to make some sounds, but that's about as complex as I get. A little bit more complex, not more complex than that. It's very simple stuff. Laurel says, good night. Have a good rest of the week. Yes, and folks can still find me on Facebook. I'll be there every single day. But, yeah, so I'm going to have fun. And I'm sure you folks will enjoy what I come out with. There's a lot better dulcimer players than me out there. But you're my folks. You're not playing for you. Eskimo says, good night. Good night, Eskimo. Good morning to you. Lord, get some sleep. Morning's going to come pretty early. But, yeah. I guess that's it. So thanks. You're welcome. So again, Gus, Judy, Sally, Laurel, Donna, and all. I know there was other people because the numbers were much more than that. Thank you for joining the show. Good show. Good show. See you again on Sunday. Same time, same place. Different day. Judy says good night. Y'all, sweet dreams. And I'll see you elsewhere on social media. God bless. And take care.